Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the trades, I just want to say if you're not in the room, you should be. The link is in the description of the video and in the bio section of social media accounts. I did finish the week with 18 wins, 3 losses, 85.71% win rate for the week. Met my 80% goal, which is good. So, yeah, that is definitely a good week. Did a couple things I probably shouldn't have done, but it is what it is. 85% win rate is definitely good. But yeah, we can get into the trades, I guess. First one I had, before I do, you can go on Twitter and you can see the timestamps of the calls. So, now, the first play of the day on Monday, I grabbed, looks like Tesla calls. Let me see, what is the date on Monday right here? Okay, I grabbed Tesla calls at 9:37. Now, the thing I've been looking at on Tesla is it's been getting hammered on me. As you can see on the hourly, it was at 750, and Friday was down to 561. So it's taken almost a 200-point dump in the last week and a half. So I'm thinking a dead cat bounce at some point here. So that's why when it gapped down from Friday to Monday, it started to drop and open, then it started to pop. So that's when I ended up grabbing it. I grabbed the 650 calls. I was so far out of the money. I hate trading expensive options on Monday and Tuesday, the beginning of the week, because the prices are so ridiculous. You have to go so far out of the money that even if a big move happens, it just doesn't barely move. So I grabbed the 650 calls on 9:37, basically right here, right when it broke pre-market over VWAP. Right in here is where I grabbed it, and they went from $1. I got them at $1.75, and they went from $1.75 to $2.24. So as you can see right here, 581 to almost a 10-point run, and it only went up like 50 cents. So I mean, that's not too bad, I guess. But if it was like Friday, that would have been a 200 or 300% mover. But Monday, too far out of the money, didn't like it, so you got close to 50 cents on it. I can't complain. If Tesla will give you 50 cents, you just got to take it. SPY was the next one I took. Now, Monday I had a flawless day. I had 4 wins, and let's see, it's the 17th. Now I grabbed SPY puts at 952, which is right here. 952. It's in this candle right here. Below the 200 EMA and pre-market lows. I probably should have grabbed it up here a little bit, but I'm trying to be a little more patient. And this little drop right here, I mean, it went from 90 cents to $1.16. You're buying them at 414.50ish area, and you're getting the 414 put. So you're at the money. So the smallest move will make them go pretty decent. So in this case, it went 26 cents on that little drop, and it just chopped. It was basically half the week was choppy this week. So then I grabbed Tesla 500 puts. Now I do remember this one on the 17th. So we got to hear it dropped. It had this descending triangle right here, making lower highs, and it's flattening out right around the 575 area. And I grabbed the 500 puts, again, so far out of the money, at 1032, which is right. I grabbed it right here. For some reason, I grabbed it in this candle. But for some reason, I shouldn't have grabbed it right there. I should have grabbed it when it was over here somewhere. But it popped up, came back down. I was looking at it a little bit right there, but then it started to pop back up and chop on the VWAP. So when it started to make this drop right here the second time, I was expecting it to go up, then back, and then just slam. I was expecting this one to slam into here, pull this like right here, but it didn't. It was just a chop for a little bit first, but it was making lower highs, so it was still worth hanging on to. And the theta just ate it a little bit in this little choppy area, but and being so far out of the monies, but they did go from 225 to 310, so that definitely helps. So like I said, Tesla, I don't know why I traded the money. I don't usually trade Tesla on Monday. I usually wait till like Thursdays, but this it kind of looked good. But then the last play on Monday was SPY puts at just gotta check to make sure everything's working here. Okay, SPY puts at 11:05 on the 17th. Now 11:05 right here. Yep, see, it came back out. We got it right here, then it popped back up, then it made a quick reversal from VWAP right here and started to come below the 200 EMA in this area right here, the 414.50 area. And I got the 414 puts again at 74 cents, and they did drop to $1.15. So that was a little better of a run. Just it wasn't, SPY just wasn't giving you too much. It just was making very small moves. It was just ranging at a $2, about $2. It was staying in a $2 range, so it was very, very choppy. You just got to take what the market gives you. You can't sit there and say, oh, I want to make 100%, or I want it to go here. Just the market's only going to give you what it wants to give you, and just going to need to adjust to that. So that's why when you get into position and it starts going in your way, you start unloading in your favor and selling into strength, because you just don't know how far it's going to go. Then Tuesday was my first loss for the week. First one was SPY puts again. I don't know why I just typed SPY in again, but I took SPY puts at right at open 933. Now I was looking at, it was chopping the day before, so I was kind of keeping an eye on that. Then it made like a head and shoulders. You see like a left shoulder here, a head, then like a little right. You can see the right shoulders here or here, but as soon as it broke below this pre-market area 415.50, that's when I jumped in, grabbed the 412. Now Tuesday's a non-expiration day, so I had to go a little further out of the money. So I got the 412 puts at 94 cents, and they went to $1.17. Another short narrow day right here, just not giving you that much of a play. I mean, it looked like it was really going to come back down and retest this 414 area, but I just didn't. It just kind of held this area 414.50. So but yeah, I was expecting 414, even 413.50, but it just didn't go. Like I said, market's just gonna give you what it wants. You got to take it. Then I had Disney at right around the same time. Where is Disney? Let's see. I took I took Disney calls 172.50. Disney calls at $1.35. Now I don't really know why I took it here. Make sure I got the right day. Oh, okay, that's right. I got to get it the wrong day. That's okay. There we go. This makes more sense. The 18th. Help if I had the right day. Yeah, you see, it dumped on Monday. I don't know why I didn't play that on Monday. I probably should have, but then it stayed flat, consolidated in this 170 area. Now, the one thing I was looking at on Disney is you get this gap fill right here. And I knew if it got under 170, you had to watch this 168 area. Then it bounced off the 168, so which was right here. So it started to look good. So when it consolidated right there, I was like, okay, maybe this can actually bounce. So when it broke above the pre-market high, actually, what was the actual exact time? I didn't think I got it right there. 940. Okay, I got it right here. I got it in this candle for the break of 171. Then it just retracted on me, and then it came back up. Actually, I took the loss in here, but yeah, this big candle right here, I was like, okay, I've been trying to stay out of the first 10 minutes, because sometimes that's where most of the fake outs happen, and it popped up. So when I got above that candle, out of that breakout area of the opening range, that's when I grabbed it, and it just came back on me. So that ended up being my first loss. I did stop out, so whatever. Did it actually pop up? No, it didn't. What day was that? It was I guess it did pop up a little bit. What day? What did I have? 172. So it did go in the money if he held throughout the week, but that's so risky doing that, with the market being easily scared of inflation and other news, or interest rate, or Powell yelling, or whatever, in cryptocurrency drama, stuff like that. So yeah, Disney, I probably shouldn't have done that. Hindsight's 2020. You don't know what's going to happen. It's easy to look at the chart after the fact and say, oh yeah, that was easy. It's when real time, you just don't know. So the next one was SPY. SPY puts, I had them at 1043 on the 18th. Okay, get out of there. 1033 on the 18th. Right here? Push, no, right there. Oh yeah, I remember this. Dropped back down, it came up, rejected the 200 EMA right there. And when he made a push through VWAP, I remember saying in the room in the Trade Ideas channel that SPY pushes through VWAP, I'm grabbing it to pop back up. Then it did finally actually drop. So I went from, I got the 413 puts at 89 cents, and they went to $1.04 right there. So the chop, you see like a little descending wedge right over VWAP, but it just, when I had this red candle right there, and then it made a new low pushing through VWAP, then it just popped back up. So I was a little annoyed about that, especially after taking the Disney loss, but it did work out. Not much, only 15 cents, but it is what it is. Then I ended up grabbing Tesla puts. Tesla just got hammered this week. On the 18th, yeah, right there. I grabbed Tesla puts at 1140, which is right here. Now, one of the things I was looking at was let me blow this area up. Okay, 940 right there. As you can see, we're having resistance on Friday in the 593 area. So when it popped up through it and it came back down, you can see it wicked right there. I was actually looking at it right there. I was tempted to short it right there because of the same area, the 590, because you get touched 590 right there, right here, and here. This is, if you want to technically call the body 590. And you get a look at the body and the wick too, but yeah, I mean, I thought about it right here. I'm kind of glad I didn't, and it just raged up. And then when it did this, I was looking at the histogram. It was actually making, see, this is a high, then it made a higher high, then histogram was made it, that was the high, then there was a lower high of the higher high. So this was lower while this was going higher. So there was a bearish divergence going on right there. So when this candle happened, that's when I started getting interested, and that's when I ended up grabbing a rate in here. I grabbed the 535 puts at $1.88, and they went to $2.62. So that was a nice little push for a Tesla right there. Then I ended up grabbing SPY puts again. Oops. Had 157 on the 18th. 157. Right here is where I grabbed it. Right in here, you get this little symmetrical triangle. You could even see, say, more of a if you want to draw it like that, symmetrical triangle, or you can say a descending wedge if you want to like flatten it out right there. But I think at this point in time, I was actually, yeah, it was a symmetrical triangle going on. If you measured it, if you lined it right there and right there, but when it broke below that and broke below this 415 area, that's when I ended up grabbing it. It kind of broke out of the symmetrical triangle because this was the low it needed to break, and well, technically I broke that one too right there. I actually matched it, but you have the EMAs, so I was watching that. You could watch the EMAs because the algos react to them. But when it broke below here, that's where I grabbed it. I grabbed the 414, the 413 puts at 82 cents, and they went to $1.72. So they were 100% mover on that little push down. Then it like right off the RCT trend line. And these moving averages and RCT trend line. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like indicators, and I don't like a lot of indicators. But when you have algos and price action react to these indicators, you need to use them so you can like get a good idea where it's going to reject, where it could bounce, you know, and stuff like that. You have to have that. If you don't, you're kind of like trading blind. But this is what I like. I mean, it just always reacts to these moving averages and these regression trend lines. So that's why I always pay attention to them. So that was Tuesday. What did I end up finishing? Tuesday, 4 wins and 1 loss. So that was my first loss. I think I had my other 2 losses were on Friday, but we'll get to that. And I trade nothing but SPY on Wednesday. Where are you? The 19th. Okay, now I grabbed SPY 409 calls at 80 cents at 934. It dipped. It popped up right here. This is where I grabbed it. Then it just chopped, and I know I ended up getting out in here, but others held it through the move. So they went from 80 cents to $1.72. So they went 100%. If he held all the way through the move, I did not like that. I really thought the floor was going to open up on that. Where is that? What day is that? Let's see, the 19th. Yeah, I was worried that the trap door was going to open right here and retest these 404 area back down here from Thursday morning, Friday morning. But it did hold, and it actually did come up through the 20 EMA, and it broke through. So those 409 calls, they go 100% if you held all the way through. Then I ended up grabbing 410 puts at 126, which is 126 right here, right when it started to come down. 126. Somehow I think I grabbed it right. I grabbed it right in here. There is a divergence going on right here. I don't know if I noticed it at the time, but I think the one thing I was looking at, it was the pre-market action, the 410 area. Oh yeah, I do remember this now. Yeah, I remember the 410 area pre-market and the round number. I remember saying that in the room that I was watching the rejection at 410, then it rejected, and that's where I grabbed it. So the 410 puts, I got $1.10, and because I went in the money in case it chopped, because it's been really choppy. As you can see, it chopped here and chopped here and chopped here. So I was afraid it'd chop here a little bit. Then it did drop. So they went from $1.10 to $1.53. Right here, it did chop a little bit right there, but that was a nice little play. Then I ended up grabbing them again, the 409 puts at 205. Now, this is when FOMC came out, just the minutes, and then it had this sharp knife. Now I grabbed, let's see, I grabbed the 409 puts at $1.17 at 205. So $2.05. Okay, hold on a minute here. Okay, that wasn't the. Maybe I have to back this up a little bit. Take it down to a smaller time frame so I can actually see what I'm doing here. But I remember the 410. This is it right here, right? Yeah. Okay. going back to the 120, the 410 puts at 126. I was in right here, and that's where it dropped. Okay, this is where I took it right here. That's where I went to 110 to 153. That's just where I took it. Then it came. Then I got rid of it right on the 37 EMA, and this is where it popped up again, and then it flushed right here at 205. This is when the FOMC came out, and I was all ready to go. I had the option chain up and ready to chase it if it dropped, and I think it dropped, and I chased it hard because at this point in time when it was up here, I was looking at it right before FOMC came out, the 409 puts, and they were like trading at like 60 cents. 65 cents at that point in time. Then it started to dump. I'll bring it down to 1 minute and see if I can right here. Let's bring it down to 1 minute. Yeah, right here it just hit. Yeah, I chased it down in here. I remember it was right around the 200 EMA. This was the 410 one that I took. Then it popped back up. Then we had the FOMC right here. And when I chased the 409 puts, like I said, they were around 65 cents when I was looking at it before I had that sharp drop. I mean, I blinked and there was this huge red candle. And I was down in this area when I grabbed it and I chased it. So I got them at 117. So go figure. I mean, it was 65 cents when I saw it. Then I got it at 117. So that shows you how much I chased it. I chased it almost 100%. I was just like, ugh. But they did go from 117 to 175, so it did work out. Then it quickly rebounded, and it dropped again. And I chased it so hard, and when it actually turned green and it ended up being a decent play, I just like, okay, I'm done. This was too volatile. I mean, I didn't want nothing to do with it. So I know some people in the room grabbed the calls right in here and it popped, but I mean, I thought about grabbing another short right here, but you just don't know. SPY could have gone back to all-time highs, or gone, well, not all-time highs because it's like 420, but 420 plus. But I mean, could have gone to 415. I just wasn't gonna mess with it, so I was like, okay, whatever, and I just called it a day. But you know, I had three decent winners on SPY on Wednesday, so I wasn't gonna push my luck. So especially with Tuesday, me having my first loss, even though Tuesday wasn't that bad of a day, I was kind of frustrated a little bit with Disney, but then I just called it a day on Wednesday. Then Thursday I had Thursday was kind of a terrible, my worst day was Thursday. I had my 2 losses, not Friday. Okay, I had Disney. I went back to Disney. Even though Disney gave me my loss, I stuck with my plan. I grabbed Disney 172.50 calls at 45 cents. I was looking at it from the point of view, okay, it's 9.44. I did get over the 169 area, getting back up into the 170. And if I get over pre-market highs, I was interested. I got it right there. So I was looking at, okay, 170 to 172.50. That's only $2.50. I mean, if Disney has a decent enough push, it could go in the money. And I did grab it right here at 45 cents. And I was thinking, okay, it's at 170, 45 cents. This could easily go 100%, 200% if I had any strong move. And it just chopped. And I remember watching it go up. And as it was going up, the premiums were barely moving, and I was just, okay, I've had enough of this. So I ended up getting out, and it went to 70 cents. This area right here was very hard to watch because it would just like pop up and drop, and it just kept wicking and wicking and wicking. And even though I was making an ascending triangle, the premiums were not moving. It was getting ridiculous. So I was just like, okay, time to move on. Then I went to BA. Now BA was let's see, at 10:35. Let me bring BA up. Previous day. I always look at the previous day's high lows and the close. So I did grab BA 222.50 puts at 10:35 right here. This is where I grabbed it. It popped up, came back down, it started making a descending wedge right here. Looked like it was going to come back down and test the low of the day, perhaps even the 223 area, 222.50, which was the resistance right here. You can see it pivot right in this area of the 22.50, and that's what I was looking for. If it did break through, I was looking for lower day than that pivot, but it just popped, and then it came back down, then it just popped again. It just BA just did not work out, did not work in my favor at all, and I think I ended up dumping it up here, or it was over here. It might have been up here. I think I dumped it over here. I don't remember, but I was not too happy about that because it had a nice little setup. I thought for sure it was going to come out. And BA is one of those stocks too that anytime it has a pop or any decent run, it likes to give back its gains, like right here. I mean, this would have been perfect to grab right here, but it is what it is. Then I had Tesla twice. Let's see. I had the Tesla puts at 11.54 on the 20th. Right here. Right there, I see it. It popped up, it came back down, it started the chop on VWAP, and right when it went below VWAP, that's where I grabbed it. I grabbed it at 11.54. Okay, I didn't grab it there. I grabbed it right here. Right in here. I do remember watching it right there, but sometimes it just likes to do fake outs, and sometimes I'll grab it right away. I think this is where I got faked out by Tesla at this BA at the time. I think I was in BA watching BA. I actually saw this setup right here as it was descending wedge right there, making lower highs, flattening out at the at VWAP, and it did come through. So the 555 puts was only $20 out, not too bad, but I was kind of hoping for a bigger drop. I was eyeing this 565 area and the 560 area, but I just didn't get any sell-off momentum, and they went from $1.43 to $1.90. Nothing substantial. I mean, it's been pretty much the whole week, just little scalps here and there. You get a I don't know why I'm trying to get out of that because I'm going to Tesla again. But that's just the way it is, and have to take what the market gives you. Now I grab Tesla again at 154. I think this is it right here. Oh yeah, I remember this because there was it came up to the 581. You get the red candle right here. It's wicking right there at the resistance of, let's say, 581.50. Then it had this sharp red candle right through VWAP. I grabbed it. I think I grabbed it right below VWAP. Then it just popped, and it was such a huge fake out, and that kind of annoyed me a little bit, so I ended up stopping out on that. So there was my 2 losses and my 3 losses for the week. So one on, I think it was Tuesday, then 2 on Thursday. So then I had Friday I had 5 wins, so I finished the week fairly strong on Friday. So Friday I grabbed Apple. Now I was looking at Apple. I called in the room that to watch Apple puts under the PDC, which is previous day's close, this white line. As you can see, it had a nice move up. It's getting away from the RCT trend line, the orange line right here, this disconnect right here. It always comes back down to it. It's chopping. It started to gap up, then it wicked, and it started to drop. And this is where I was looking at a previous day's close, and this is areas where it's been like trying to find support in this 127.30-ish area. And then when it broke through, it just sliced right through it. So, and plus the 127 puts were only 30 cents at the money, and they were 42 cents, and they went from 42 cents to $1.60. So nice 200% plus move if you held all the way through. Then I had BA. Very hesitant about taking BA after getting burned the day before, but I grabbed the 232.50 puts at 10.03, which is right here. Now, I was looking at this because of the 235 areas where it's been kind of having trouble. 235, 236, as you can see on the hourly. It's been rejecting here, and here, and it dumped, and it came up, and it actually went through on pre-market, and it sold off, came back down. So this 236 levels have been getting rejected. So when I had this strong move, I thought about grabbing it right here, but I just wanted to make sure BA was not going to like pull a SPY where it was going to look weak for a second and just rock it. So I waited for it to make the candle, then I waited for it to get through VWAP and break below this candle right here on the 10 minute. So when it broke below this candle and went through VWAP, that's where I ended up grabbing it. So those 232.50 puts went from 70 cents to $1.31 in that little push down. So that did work out pretty good. Then I had Tesla puts again on Friday. Now Tesla I had at 1018, which is right here. Push through view 1018, right here, right there. Now, as you can see, it gapped up and dumped. It held previous day's close, came up to the 37.20 EMA, then it went sliced through the VWAP really fast. That's where I started to get interested, and when it broke below this little level right here, the 288.40-ish area, when it started getting through this little area right through here, that's when I ended up grabbing them. The 580 puts at $1.70 went to $2.71. Now the move doesn't look like much, but because it's Friday, now you got to remember 580 puts, and at this point in time they're at the price is at 588, so it's only $8 out of the money on Tesla. $8 move, it's nothing, but it didn't really get to, did it get to 580? Yeah, it did at the end of the day. There, they went in close to the money, like a few pennies. What was the low on that candle? Literally 580. So yeah, they went from $1.70 to $2.71, so $1 move on that. That was a pretty decent play. Then I had SPY puts at let's see, 1128 right here. Now came back up, rejected, came up to VWAP. And it rejected VWAP, so I was looking at that. So when it rejected VWAP, had this red candle right here. I didn't quite grab it right there yet. I grabbed it right over here, right this candle right in here. I didn't grab it quite yet because, like I said, whenever they have these sharp red candles, it gets bought right back up. Did it on BA, did it on Tesla on me, and I just was like, okay, I want to make sure. And I was making an inverted head. Inverted cup and handle, and head and shoulders. You can see there's a left shoulder there, a head and right shoulder, but at that point in time I was looking at the inverted cup and handle, which usually means down. Usually, doesn't mean it always does. And those SPY 416 puts went from 66 cents to $1.85, and that pushed down. So that was a 100% move right there. That worked out really well. It went right straight to the PDC, just like I thought it would. This thing acts like a magnet. So then I ended up grabbing the last play of the day was on, let's see. Just looking at the, had SPY 470 calls. Not SPY, SPX. I'll turn to SPX so you can see it. Now I had SPX 4170 calls at $1.45 at 311, which is right here. Now I remember I was looking at this level right there, and what I like to try to do is if I start to see it moving towards it, I will grab it before it gets to it, because usually what happens is when it gets to these important levels like right here, they'll make like a monster candle and you end up chasing it. So I like to buy a lot of these before they break for anticipation of a break. So when it did get over this area right here, that's where I grabbed it, anticipating it was going to break this 441.67 area. And so yeah, that was a 5-point move, and it doesn't seem like much, but because I had the 4170 calls, they were only, like little over $5 points from going in the money. They were at the money, so it's a small little push. They could have, if you trade SPX, small pushes could send them like 200-300% easily. And as you can see, just in a 5-point move at the money, they went from $1.45 to $3.40, which is a 100% plus move. I was kind of thinking that once it get over this area right here, it did break out for a second and it failed, but I was kind of thinking we were going to have a strong push into 41.75, then come back down, and before they pinned it, but they just brought it down. They kept it in this little tight range for the afternoon, but it is what it is. For some reason, I noticed that on Twitter, I posted I had puts that were not puts. It was just maybe I'm so used to typing puts all the time. I just did it unconsciously, but they were calls. I did call in the room as calls, and I had calls, but so I just typed as puts. And I did my my little stat posting on Twitter. It was so stupid, but didn't even notice it till today. No one even said anything about it, but whatever. So that was the week. The week was pretty good. Hopefully next week won't be as choppy. I mean, it wasn't that bad of a week. It's just, as you can see, it just had a couple choppy days. The gap downs have been better than the days, but we had a nice day there, and these gap downs and gap ups just been ridiculous. That's why you need to be in the room, and the thesis has changed based on gap downs and gap up. I mean, look at this over here. I mean, gap down, and look at the range was smaller than the actual gap itself. It's just ridiculous. But that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please like the video, and hope to see you in the room. And that's gonna do it.